welcome to all the viewers. In today's video, we are going to study a very beautiful poem by Robert Frost, that is The Road Not Taken. Before we move on to the explanation part, let's have a short introduction to the poem. Now, this poem is an extended metaphor, and the roads mentioned in the poem are choices we have to make in our life. It makes us think how we make our choices and what difference it makes. Through this poem, the poet wants to convey the choices we have to make in our life. He is confronted with two roads and he debates his choices. He knows he has to select one, and only time will reveal whether the decision is right or wrong. So, the poem is all about such situations of life where we are faced where we face two choices and we have to go for one, and we are in a state of confusion that which choice to make or which road to choose, because the decision we make right now is going to show its effect in the future. So this poem is all about this confusion that we face in our life and how the poet has beautifully explained this in the poem. Let's go through it. So moving on to the explanation part, let me first read out the poem for you. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. Now let's start the explanation part. Now here you can see in the opening stanzas of the poem, the speaker informs his readers that there are two roads in the woods. Now woods here means the jungle or the small forest area. So there are two roads in the woods, and he further tells us that because it is autumn, the season is autumn, and therefore the trees have shed their leaves and the wood appears to be yellow in color. That is, the effect of autumn season is shown here. And the poet stands at the crossroad, that is, at the junction where the roads diverge. He stands there for a long time, trying hard to decide the path he should follow. Means the poet is in a state of confusion, which the road he should take or which choice he should make. And therefore, he stands at the junction for a long time, trying hard to decide the path he should follow. He even shows regret for not being able to travel both the roads at the same time. Then finally he looked down one of the roads as far as he could see, and he could see the path only till the bend at the thick undergrowth. Now here, the roads actually represent the decisions or the choices which we make in our life. And the word undergrowth here represents the uncertainties in life. That is, the life is uncertain. What we are going to face in our future is very uncertain. So this undergrowth represents the uncertainties in life. And the poet who is standing at the crossroad and trying to see further ahead into future, but is unable to, as he has to be cautious in his choices. He has to be very careful while making the choice, as it is going to have a significant effect in the future. Now, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. Here the poet uses the phrase as just as fair. So we can say, according to him, both the roads appeared similar to him, and both the roads were same. As you can see in the background of the picture, both the roads appear to be same. Since both the roads are equally good, so the choices may also be equally good. No, any road the poet chooses is going to be equally good because both the roads are equally good. They seem to be similar. So both the choices are good. Now, as both the roads are similar in appearance, the speaker decides to take the other. The speaker tries to justify his decision by telling us that the path is grassy, not much walked on by travelers, and therefore this road needed to be used. And in the last two lines here, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. On the other hand, the poet also feels that both the roads seem to be less walked or used. Now the poet is again expressing the confusion that goes on in his mind before he makes the final choice. He is hesitant in taking decision as both the paths seem to be similar. That is, the confusion is revealed. It is going on in the poet's mind as both the paths seem to be similar. So again he is in a state of confusion. Which path should he take because both appear to be similar? And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Now here in the opening line of this stanza, poet says that both the roads seem to be similar. He also tells us that both the roads seem covered with leaves and that no traveler has walked the way or used it. And he also justifies his thoughts by telling us that the fallen leaves are not crushed by the footsteps and thus not darkened. Had someone walked on that road, the leaves would have been crushed and the color would have been dark. But it is not like that, which shows that both the roads are not used and they wanted to be used. Finally, after taking a decision, that is, the poet chooses one road and leaves the other. But very soon he regrets his decision. The poet regrets and strongly feels that he should have taken the other one or the other road to know what was there, as he already knew what was on the road he had taken. Actually, poet wants to tell us that in life we rethink or reconsider our choices that we have made, but it is impossible to go back to the time. Similarly, the poet realizes that he may never be able to return to the road not taken, because in journey of life we may come across many roads and make new decisions. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Now, here in the final stanza, the poet hopes to talk about his decisions in coming life, that is, in near future. The speaker says that while talking of his decisions, he may be sad or happy, but he thinks that it would definitely bring a difference in his life. And in the concluding lines, the speaker very confidently informs us that he took the road which was less travelled, or used, and it clearly indicates the speaker is adventurous in nature. The poet also has a feeling that the choice which he had made has a significant impact on his life. So, with this, we come to an end of this beautiful poem, and hope you understood each and every part of it. Hope you enjoyed and liked it also. And before I close the video, a humble request to all my new viewers to subscribe the channel if you haven't done it yet, and please share the poems as much as possible. Once again, I thank all my viewers for watching my videos, and thank you for your comments also.